Protesters from Occupy Exeter have now left the site on the Cathedral Green after 3 months of camping there. The movement, which opposes what it calls inequality and corporate greed, had about 30 tents on the site. However, many of the group have now moved to a derelict building near the Green, and on the group's Facebook page it says they are planning a new camp north of the city. One of the remaining protesters implied there is still a lot of things we can expect from the group.
It's in our online community on Facebook, which has over 500 members, and at regular meetings, including our general assemblies and a few other meetings for particular working groups to dealing with specific issues. So the movement is still really vibrant, lots of enthusiasm. And
so what's your next steps for the movement?
Our next steps for the movement, you'll see. But we're hoping to try and maintain a physical site if that's at all possible. Depends on the logistics of it all. But regardless of whether we can hold a physical site anywhere, we're going to keep the actual protesting going. Hold lots of positive direct action, rallies, marches, things like that.
So what is your main goals of the protests?
Well, for Occupy Exeter, we're only one small part of a global movement, and our objective in Occupy Exeter is effectively to just raise awareness of the issues the whole Occupy movement is trying to address. So, for example, for Exeter, a big local issue is homelessness, and we're trying to, simply by our camp being here, and a lot of homeless people essentially becoming part of the movement in that sense. Some have joined us, some haven't, but it's brought a lot of people together.
John Harvey, the city centre manager, says he wants to work with the group, but will not stand for any antisocial behaviour.
Okay, so Occupy Exeter have announced over the weekend that they intend to leave Cathedral Green. That's really welcome. I think that the problem with Occupy Exeter over recent weeks is that it's moved from being a focus for protest to becoming a focus for antisocial and aggressive behaviour. So, I welcome the fact that Occupy Exeter have said they're going to move on. I welcome the fact that a large number of people have left site, although obviously there's an anxiety that a number of those people have just moved to a nearby office building and have created a squat in that building.
Can you tell me more about this new squatting residence they have?
Well, they are occupying a building, the former Mitchell Mills building in Cathedral Yard. That's obviously unfortunate. I think that businesses and local residents would rather that Occupy were not in that space, but they are. I understand that the owners of those premises, alongside the cathedral, are both going to be going to court shortly with a view to securing the eviction of protesters from both sides. That's obviously the right decision. There have been lots of communication with Occupy from the cathedral over recent weeks, and indeed an approach was made to Occupy before Christmas with a view to saying, look, we will work with you in providing the opportunity to make your case, to put your case to the public, but in order to work with you, you must remove the camp. Now that offer was refused on quite a number of occasions, and it's obviously, no one wants to be going through the court process to remove these people. No one wants to be in that situation, but as a result of the sort of behaviour that's been going on the Green, the cathedral authorities in particular have no choice but to go down this route.